Hey my friends, this is Daniel Alley, and today I want to talk with you about the 7 levels of money. If you understand what I'm about to say in this video, it will change every single thing that you do for the rest of your life. So please listen up. Alright, before I get into this, I want to make sure that you understand that you are on a specific level that I'm about to cover. So in the comment section below, please tell me what level you're on, because I want to know where you're at and what you plan to do to get to the next level so you can reach financial freedom. So here I go, I'm about to dig into the topic, because the first point that I want to share with you, the first level of wealth, is worry. Look, most people are worried about money. And the people who are worried about money usually don't know where it comes from in the first place. People who are worried about money don't understand how money is made. They don't know that money is a conversion of their value to society. They think that they just have to get up, go to work, and somehow their manager, their boss cuts them a paycheck, and then they go home. And when they stop working, they don't make money, and it makes them worry all the time. Sometimes these people are living in fear because they think they may lose their job, or they think they may get demoted, or they think someone else might replace them and they might have to move to a different department. But the people who worry about money are living in fear. They're worried, they're stressed, they're agitated, they're short-tempered. These are the people that freak out about money the most. These are the people who will flick you off in the streets. These are the people who resort to violence. These are the people who are always resorting back to their negative habits because they haven't learned how to make a permanent change. And if you're someone who is worried about money, now it's time to analyze your thoughts and realize your potential in life. Because here's the truth. Money is all around you. Like a fish around water, money is all over the universe. It's all within your environment. And you have to understand that you are like a fish. Now, once you're removed from the water like a fish, then you're going to feel like you're drowning. But here's the truth. You will never be removed like that fish in water unless something severely wrong happens. And so you have to understand that you, like that fish, will never be removed. You'll always be surrounded by wealth, just like that fish is always surrounded by water. Money's all around you. You just have to understand how to think, how to live, and how to act in order to get it. So I want to encourage you to dig deeper. I want you to think faster. I want you to go higher. Don't have a scarcity mentality. Don't worry about if money is coming. Money is always coming. Money is always available. Money has your name printed on it every single day. The governments all around the world are printing money all the time, and that means that you can have a part of it. There is no reason why you can't get any more money than you do right now. You just have to understand how it works, and you have to apply this truth instead of deny this truth. And I promise you, money will be attracted to you. Now, the second level of money is wishing. Now, wishing is a little higher than worry, because at least, even though you don't know where the money is coming from, you believe somewhere in your heart that you can get something. In other words, you might work that job, you might live paycheck to paycheck, you might worry and fear and stress, but at least you look at someone else's house or someone else's car or someone else's life and say to yourself, I wish I can get that. Because if you take a step back, someone who's worried would never say that. Someone who's worried would worry all the time. They would panic, they would fear, they would become jealous, they would become angry, they would become violent. They can't look at another person and say, I wish them success, or I wish I can get something like them. No, they're gonna say, I hate those people. I can't believe rich people are so stinking greedy. And they're gonna talk negatively about them if they're worried. But if you're wishing, at least you can see the possibilities. At least you can believe a little bit more than someone who is worried. But here's the biggest problem about the people who wish. They still doubt that the wealth that they want can be manifested. And so they live in that confusion of delusion. Because they don't think it can happen in their lifetime, they usually project it onto their kids and they tell them, look kids, you can get this. Look, daddy, mommy can't get this, but you can get this. Now, even though this sounds great for the kids, usually a parent who's always wishing doesn't get around to teaching their children what is actually right. Because they can wish and wish for all these things, but then they're gonna teach them the poverty thoughts. They're gonna say to them, oh, that house, we wish we can get it, but it's too expensive. That car is really nice, but rich people really had to sell their souls to get it. And they're gonna talk negatively only in a sense to teach their kids that what they wish for is actually impossible. Because even though a part of them wishes that it can be attained, they don't believe that they can do what it takes and achieve it. And that's where the problem exists. So if you're someone that is always wishing for success, always wishing for material possessions, you need to understand what to do and how to get it done in order to manifest your highest dreams. So instead of saying that you wish for something, start to say that you want it. Because if you want it bad enough, eventually you're going to need it. And if you need it, that means it's a deeper desire, and whatever is desired is eventually acquired. So once you acquire that thing, then you'll say, you know what, at first, I wished I had it. Then I knew I wanted to get it. And now that I have it, I really need it in my life. This is how prosperity works. Now the third level of money is wondering. This is where most people are, especially middle class people, right? Because look, you already got over the money worries. You have a stable job, you have a good business, you know everything is working out. But then you know that you've gotten through the wishing stage. You wished you can have something, eventually you acquired it, and now you have more faith in the process of achieving it. But now you wonder how far you can go. You wonder what steps have to be taken in order to reach the next level. And because you wonder so often, you don't know because you are afraid to search for the information that will get you to that next level. And this is what happens to most people. They broke the stage of worry. They got over what it feels like to wish for something. And now they wonder what else they can do. Now, even those who wonder are further than those who worry and those who wish. They still have some concerns. And the biggest concern is that they stop. They become complacent. They no longer want to go after their success because they are afraid of what success will bring them. You see, there's a lot of people who fear that word. They fear success. And the reason why they fear success is because they know that the people that are in their family and their friend groups and their acquaintances will get jealous. They know that if they take another step in their salary or they get promoted in their job or their business, they know that other people will start hating on them. And in order to keep the peace and restore the tranquility, they play it safe. You see, they don't want to go after the problems of life. They know already that if they go after it, they're going to be hated. They know they're going to be canceled. They know they're going to be sneered. They know that people are going to get jealous of them, and so they quit before they even start. Imagine that. They wonder what success is like. They wonder what it's like to be rich, but they never get there because their imagination can't go far enough. That's where a lot of people are in life, right? Think about it. How many of you watching this right now are saying, you know what, that's me. You know, that's where I'm at right now. I wonder all the time what it's like to be like a YouTuber. I wonder what it's like to be an author. I wonder what it's like to be a doctor. Deep down, you know you're supposed to do those things. You know you're supposed to speak in front of the camera. You know you're supposed to write a book. You know you're supposed to have a stethoscope. And you're supposed to have patience with your own practice. But you've held yourself back. Don't cry on me now. Don't say, Daniel, you're talking to me. I'm that person. I've been wondering all this time. I'm in my 40s. I wish I heard you when I was in my 20s. Don't be that person. Look, no one's going to feel sorry for you. I sympathize with you, right? I understand what it's like to lose time. I know what it's like to feel like a failure. I know what it's like to see the other side and be like, I wonder what that's going to be like. I was there, right? I was there. I wondered what it would be like to do the things I'm doing now. But then I decided to change my mentality. And when I changed my mentality, I was able to change my reality. Now let's talk about the fourth level, because the fourth level is worship. Now, when someone worships money, that means that they're able to get it. They found a path to gain wealth. But it causes them stress. It causes them pain. It causes them anxiety. It causes them a lot of paranoia. Because they've learned how to get money, but they haven't learned how to get it in the right way. Now, in the whole 7-step process that I'm about to share with you, this is a step that is highly skippable for those who understand what the next steps will entail. But if you're on this step where you know that you found a good job, you found a good business, you found a great investment, but it's taking your soul away from your highest purpose, then you need to understand that now is time to walk away. Now is time to take a step back and reevaluate where you are right now. Because the biggest change that you can make when you're worshiping money is to change your intention. Because when you change your intention, you will change your direction. When you understand where it is that you want to go and who it is you want to become, which is your final direction, then your intention in your heart is going to change. Whatever is inside will express on the outside. Whatever you see as a possibility in your life will eventually be understood within your heart first, and then wealth will be manifested as a result of it. Because you know where you're at, you know where you stand, you know that you need a change, and even though you don't know how, you're still going to start within. You're going to say, you know what I was doing was making me a lot of money, but something doesn't feel right. Something feels a little off. So this is what you do. You change your intention, right? Whatever is going on within, and then you change your direction because you know what you want, and then you go after it. But in order to do this, you have to relinquish the animalistic thoughts of worry. And these animalistic thoughts of worry start at the very first level that we talked about. Because someone who's worrying at a small level really doesn't know why they're worried in the first place. They're confused. But someone who's worshiping knows why they're worried. They know they've been overworking. They know they've been pursuing wealth in such a way that disturbs their peace. But now they're able to make a change because they're able to rectify and change their direction. So if you're on this stage, make sure to understand what to do and walk away from the money even if it's good, especially if it disturbs your soul. All I'm saying is this: don't worship money even if it comes easily. Make a change in your mentality, and I promise you, you will be able to make a change in your reality. Now, the fifth level of wealth is wisdom. This is the first level of money that I can say is actually good. Because this is the level where people realize where money is coming from, and they will always acknowledge that it's coming in the right way at the right time and from the right people. Because they have relinquished their fears. They are no longer worried. No. They are no longer wishing to have certain things. They are no longer wondering what things could be like. And they have learned how to stop worshiping money if they ever did in the first place. Now they have wisdom. Now they've been through the fire. Now they've been through the stages of growth to help them to get to where they are right now. And not everyone just jumps to wisdom, don't get me wrong. A lot of times people just start out worrying. A lot of times they do start out worshiping. But to get to wisdom takes a special kind of character. And in order to develop that special kind of character, you have to have a direct connection with the source. You see, the source of wealth comes from God. And if you don't realize that your divine creator has established wealth for you before you were even born, then you're always going to be troubled by money. You're always going to have this relationship where you feel that there's a deficit. You're always going to feel this shortcoming, this scarcity, this lack. And that's where people are in life because they don't understand the wisdom that's available to them. In other words, they don't understand the money that God can provide to them. That's why I always tell you that when the wisdom is ready, the money will come. I also say that when the mind is ready, the money will come. Because the mind has to be ready for what God is doing in your life. That's right. You have a creator trying to tell you what to do every single day in every single way. And the way you connect with the source is by praying, is by affirmation, is through Bible studies, is through understanding the opportunities that are laid before you and making sure that you use the talents that He gave you in the right way with the right people at the right times. And a lot of people get this wrong, right? Because they don't have the wisdom. They can't see the end goal in mind. They're so busy running into the trees that they never took a step back, hiked up to the mountain with God, and looked at the whole entire forest. They're too busy running into the trees. They're too busy living a life of deceit. They're so busy running into obstacles that could have easily been avoided because they haven't consulted with the Creator. But if you talk to God, then God will talk to you. If you say, God, you know what? I need a better direction. I need greater understanding. I need wisdom. I need truth. I need people. I need connections. I need to learn how to use my talents. I need to know how to think properly, how to live properly, how to give properly. You have made sure that your heart is right. And now you're living with intention, and so He'll make sure that you're going into the right direction. Now I know some people might be watching this and they'll say, man, God is not real, man. What are you talking about? Or I'm an atheist, or I'm of a different religion. I don't subscribe to what you're saying. Look, what I'm saying is absolutely true. We have a connection in heaven that rains down upon us the blessings that are divinely coordinated to serve us. And if we don't understand how to obtain those blessings by connecting with our Creator, then we will always be broke. You see, you have to know exactly what God wants you to do in your life in order for Him to reward you properly and perpetuate the work that He wants to give you in this world. And once you change the way you view things, that is the moment you'll be able to change the way you do things. That's right, let me repeat that one more time. When you change the way you view money, you're gonna change the way you use money. And instead of doing all the things that I was talking about before, like worrying and wishing and wondering and worshiping, you'll start having the wisdom in order to get to the place that you know you were meant to go. Now, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. You might be wondering, well, if that's the 5th level, then what's number 6 and what's number 7? Because you just covered a lot. It seems like wisdom is the highest. And even though it's high, the 6th level of wealth is called winning. Now, winning is whenever you are directly connected with the source every single time. You see, when you have wisdom, you're connected with the source once in a while. You receive ideas, you receive inspiration, you feel good, and then sometimes, you might have some doubts, you might have some questions, and then you have to reconnect. But winning is a whole different story. You are always informed that wealth is available to you. Not only are you informed that this is a truth, but you actually have it. You actually receive it. You actually get it all the time because you know exactly what to do every single day in every single way. In other words, you are reading the manual. You're reading the Bible. You're understanding the truth. You're talking to God. You're consulting with a higher level of understanding every single day. Every single moment, you make decisions based on the answers that you receive from divine inspiration. That's pretty deep, right? Well, that's what happens when you're winning with wealth. And when you're winning with wealth, you're winning in life. Because in the process of winning, you are uncovering every single resource. You are unlocking every single talent. You are understanding every single person that you come in contact with. Because you know exactly what you have to do. And you know exactly what kind of goals you need to pursue. You see, when you're winning, you don't really have that many questions about money because you know that your Father in heaven has all the answers. So whenever you are confronted by a question, it goes away quickly because your Father answers it immediately. It might pop into your mind, but then all of a sudden you say, yo, I understand that. I see what God is saying. And then you are able to resolve problems sooner rather than later. The truth is that when you're on the stage of winning, you don't have to figure things out because you're living a life of faith. You know what the Father wants you to do because you are designed and aligned onto that narrow path that He wants you to take. And so He carves out the way for you. He annihilates your enemies. And if there's any obstacles that lay before you, He completely destroys it so you can continue to go. And this is why obedience is a key to success. Because when you align to God, God will make sure He aligns with you too. That's how success works. So what I'm basically saying is that people who are winning have decided firmly in their hearts to stop consulting with all evil things in this world. They have buried every single form of wickedness. They don't partake in lust. They don't waste time with gossip. They don't resort to violence. They don't have time for the nonsense because they have a vision and they know where God is taking them. So if you are on the stage of winning, then congratulations, because you still have one more stage left. Now, the 7th stage of money is a place that almost nobody will reach. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying that it's improbable. Because the 7th stage of money is wealth. Now, wealth is not just a numerical figure to this person. No. Wealth is a place where you are in heaven. You are more in heaven than you are on earth. That means that you are set for life, basically. You have it made in heaven. You know that you can coexist with the Father in heaven because He has many mansions. And you actually have the money on earth and you have the treasures in heaven simultaneously. Now, I know I might get some people lost here, but what I'm basically saying is that the 7th level of money is wealth that is so beyond the capacity of other people's understanding that you might not even be able to relate to the masses anymore. Because you are so focused on truth that money isn't even a concern. You have learned how to get money in such a way where that it never bothers you, it never becomes a thought. Because you are one with the Father. You identify with every single thing that God wants you to do. Money is not a factor. You're like that fish that is fully submersed in water. There's so much wealth around you that you don't even know what to do about it. There's so many opportunities, there's so many people, there's so many things, there's so many considerations. Ideas are always flowing, inspiration is always going. You are always knowing the truth because your Father has given it to you. This is a stage where you are a chosen one. You are so connected with God that you are merely a shell on earth. Because you're the type of person who lives more in heaven than you do on earth. You don't identify to the problems that most people have because money is no longer a concern. You could see people stressing out. You could see people worrying. You could see people battling. But you don't partake in their battles. You're not worried about where they're going. All you're doing is focused on how you're serving. Because that is what you're dedicated to for the rest of your life. All you want to do is give. The only reason why you need money is just to give it away. Because that is the ultimate truth that will unlock your wealth. You see, if it's your goal to live on this earth just to give it all away, then you will be blessed beyond all comparison. You will become a blessing to so many people, and God will give you more seeds so that you can continue to plant more trees. You will continue to do His work because He will constantly flow wealth into your direction. My friends, I just shared with you 7 levels of money. If you understand what I'm saying in this video, please type yes in the comment section below. If you have any questions, please email me at info@danielalley.com. My friends, I just shared with you some of the deepest secrets that you will ever hear about money in the whole entire world. So please share this video with someone else who really needs it. Subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button, because that notification button will show you more upcoming videos just like this that will inspire you for the rest of your life. Again, this is Daniel Alley. I look forward to your success. I look forward to your wealth. And I look forward to your health. Take care of yourself and do big things. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.